I got grilled cheese. He got a turkey sandwich. And we're sitting at this huge table because that's all that was available. Yes, I feel bad, but such is life. What were your thoughts on Rise of the Resistance?
It was really good.
That's all you have to say.
I enjoyed the entire experience. There's so many there's different elements to the ride. It's not like you just go through a queue and then you get into a car and then you go in the ride and it's done. There's just so many elements that go into it, and they break you up, and all the first order cast members are pretty serious, and you're under the gun. You definitely feel like these are not friendly people. It was very good. A lot of surprises to me, things I didn't. I had checked it out a little bit before, but not a lot. There's a lot of elements to it that I didn't realize, not just theme elements, but things that happened during the ride.
Like at the beginning?
Well,
you know about that part?
No.
I didn't.
There was a lot of it that was a surprise to me. But it was very good. I can understand. I think a lot of times these things don't live up to the hype. I think this does live up to the hype. I can understand why. I think it's good they have the virtual queues, because otherwise you just have 4-hour lines all day long to try to ride the thing. So I think it's a very good move on their part to do that. I thought it was great. Joining the virtual queue this morning from the comfort of our studio in Saratoga was very easy, very drama-free. Boarding group 10, and then we got over there. We take the bus ride over, get in. We were off the ride, then back out by 10:05 or something like that. The park opened at 10, so it worked great. I certainly would ride it again. I don't begrudge them having the virtual queues, and you can only get it once a day. That's good, because that's going to give people a chance to ride it. I did like that it didn't, at least when we were in it. I don't think that has anything to do with the stuff that's going on today, but we didn't have a long wait in the queue. It really kind of seemed like once they checked you in, the ride experience started right away.
I think it can back up, especially if it goes down.
Well, yes, I'm sure it can, but as long as it's moving and riding, the experience was very easy and enjoyable. And we're coming back in January. Any day that I have a park reservation for the studios, I will certainly try to get it, because I think, in my mind, it's the best attraction in the studios. I'm not a big Tower of Terror fan, or Rock and Roller, any roller coaster. Slinky Dog Dash is fine, but I think it's by far the best attraction in the park. So, anytime I come, I'll go.
I liked it. I watched even less than he did ahead of time. I appreciated that the cast members were mean. I get it. I do. But also at the same time, there were parts where I was I don't know where we're going. And it was they would get mad at you because you didn't know where you were going.
Want to take a trace for you?
Thank you.
Oh, you got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I was but I don't know where I'm going. The directions are not clear. And you're just yelling at me. It creates a good feeling. I get that, but at the same time, I was uncomfortable. I would easily get up at like 7 a.m. to get a boarding pass from my room. Now, would I wake up at 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning to get here at like 6 o'clock in the morning to maybe get a boarding pass? Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, if they start going with the park hours being at, like, the park opens at 8 or something.
And you have to be here to get your pass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, without doing it from the room, no. I would not have. The stuff they had before where, you hear horror stories of people literally getting up and getting out so they can be in line to get in the park so that it's 7 or 8 or whatever.
I mean, I have a feeling they'll keep the 7 a.m. thing even after COVID because it's just going to be better crowd management in general. Like, well, it makes sense. It was really cool. Like, I feel like you could ride it a bunch of times and just, like, look at different things. Like, I felt like I was, like, trying to see things. It was interesting because then we did Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway a little bit later, and they're the same track system.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Just to see like how they're used differently or whatever. But I will say about Galaxy's Edge in general, I feel like they have superior outfits for the cast members.
Yeah.
Like, they fit better. No, in general, I think Hollywood Studios does a good job of their costumes compared to some of the other areas. Because they have like the bellhops and I think the Mickey and Minnie Runaway, like they're kind of like old-fashioned, like movie theater. I don't know what that's called. Usher. But the Galaxy's Edge, they're like all different. So like, and it's interesting for Rise of the Resistance because that must mean that they don't change positions while they're working a shift. Because literally, like, the people that first bring you in have different outfits than the people inside that are first order people. So they must not rotate. Because I think a lot of them rotate. So, and I mean, to work there, you have to be, like, really into it. As an aside, our CM on Star Tours was super into his, like, job.
Yeah.
He was working for Star Tours. And I appreciate that. I would appreciate not going on a pod race every single time. Like, they say that it changes, but I don't think I've ever not been on a pod race. So, I think they're liars. I don't know. I just ate my last apple. I think I'm still hungry. Indy's not open. Hi, Gertie. I like these decorations.
Everybody having a good time? That's what I want to hear. Good to see everyone. Look at those cuties over there. Hey guys! Here now is our same moonlight scene away the long plane camera scene. This is the plan for a super hard-tuned camera. We call it the multiplane camera. The problem was how to take a painting and make it behave like a real piece of scenery under the camera. The different elements in the scene were separated according to their varying distances from the viewer. With our original picture broken down in this manner, it is possible to control the relative speed with which each individual part of it moves to or away from the camera. And here now is our same moonlight scene, the way the multiplane camera sees it. This is the plan for a super hard-tuned camera. We call it the multiplane camera. The problem was how to take a painting